The Carnegie Mellon Moon Ark project is cultural payload for the first private mission to the moon, aimed at creating a depiction of humanity to be discovered by humans in the very distant future. So the project began in around late 2008 as part of a larger venture as CMU was competing for the Google Lunar X Prize. The head of that effort, Red Whitaker, decided that for it to be a Carnegie Mellon effort, like a true CMU project, that it couldn't just represent one side of campus. And so working in a largely interdisciplinary capacity with folks across campus and then beyond the university, we began to collect things that could go to the moon to represent humanity.
We knew that we wanted to make it very meaningful, very important, very valuable for people and human beings today, but also into the future.
I oftentimes think about the Moon Ark as kind of half conceptual art project and half time capsule. Like, what are these universally kind of accepted truths or accepted ideas, and these shared things that kind of hold us all together. And so trying to take a snapshot of those right now, not the things that divide us or kind of separate us, but what are these things that bring us together. If you were to actually look at the Moon Ark, there is a cage, keeps it safe, keeps it together. There are murals that wrap around on the inside that have different stories, different ideas. And then there are discs that are made out of sapphire that are laser etched, and a wide-ranging aspect of imagery. And then there are worldly artifacts that are kind of embedded in these microchambers. So there's pollens from all the different flowers around the world, and resins from different trees, and waters from different oceans. 4 different chambers that are kind of gathered around 4 different themes. So the first chamber is about Earth. The second chamber is kind of about the metasphere, the space between the Earth and the moon and how we communicate. The third chamber is about the moon, and the moon is a muse, place for creative endeavors. And then the fourth chamber is what we call the ether chamber. So it's everything kind of past the moon. So kind of getting into those existential ideas of what it is to be human and going on this journey of existence.
One of the big challenges that we ran into initially was to do a bake out and to make sure that all of our micro payload chambers inside each of these larger chambers was airtight, and that any other moments within these chambers that could potentially off-gas were fully evacuated prior to acceptance testing. And we had run into a really difficult time finding testing facilities, local or regional, that could handle the requirements that we were aiming to achieve. And so Thermo Fisher thankfully stepped up at the right time with the right technology. As an industrial designer, I appreciate good interaction design, and we didn't use the manual or reference the CDs because we just sort of knew how to use it.
It was so intuitive to use. Some people that teach visual arts all of a sudden, could open this thing up and kind of intuitively understand how to run the tests we needed to do with this actual device. So it was a great tool to work with.
Loading our one-of-a-kind, highly valuable, if not priceless, artwork into it, we had to have trust. And so the interface engendered that trust, and to know that straight out of the box was a comfort.
There's something very holistic about the human experience and trying to make that a part of this package that is an object.
It's a coordinate for people to expand their sense of reality and what art can be and what cultural payload can be.
It started off as we're gonna make something for the moon. It's really super cool. Yeah, of course I'm in. But the longer I worked on it, the more it became about these relationships that I formed. My life has been made richer from those interactions.
Our partnership with Thermo Fisher hit at just the right time and critically got us across that gap between design and integration, and really helping us move from the workbench to the lander deck.